Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Same Spirit Gaming. My name's Matt.
And I'm Jordan.
We're back with Ori and the Will of the Wisps, and I noticed I'm kind of close to this objective thing. And there's this save warp point thing right here next to it. It's been a little bit since we recorded, so I can't remember if there was something like blocking the path next to this. And because I'm not sure, I'm gonna warp there and investigate.
I can't quite remember either.
This was that area that had all the darkness and stuff.
Darkness, did you say? We just got done with Kingdom Hearts, so... a darkness on the mind.
Oh, you're going down that way. That was not what I expected. That might be why I didn't go the direction that would have led to... yeah, because it flat out leads me down here.
Okay. Somehow you have to...
Now I gotta redo a bunch of this stuff. And... oh, jeez.
You can't bait it the other way.
Okay, and then from here, I'm guessing it's probably gonna guide me to the left. I don't know. But yeah, seriously, so like, that area directly to my left that's dark, literally if I just, like, move to that, it starts rumbling, or the controller starts rumbling, and then, yeah,
but like,
after a little bit, I'm toast.
Really? Even though you have, like, a light of your own?
Yeah. That's what I find a little bit odd about it.
And I assume you can't, like, smack it to move it at all. I assume they wouldn't want you to smack your friend.
Yeah, I doubt it. Oh, crud.
Nice.
Okay, there's more light here. Let me heal. Okay, I'm kind of close to being back where I was.
Okay.
But how do I proceed from here? I assume it'll involve that, but maybe not quite in the way that I almost did it there. No, not what I wanted. Alright, fine. I'm gonna grab onto this, and then I'll do a little hop, skip, and a jump over here. Ouch.
Jeez. That's a lot of spikes.
Healing again. Okay. I'm out of the darkness. Well, now there's more darkness. No, not what I was trying to do. Not quite, anyway. Hello. Okay. Doggone it, why? It's like... when I hit the top, while using that one thing, it acts like I already jumped. So instead of letting me double jump after that, I only get one more. Ah, jeez. And it does that sometimes. Like...
Yeah.
It's a rather, I don't know, erratic, I would say, way of doing things. There's all this darkness around. It seems like anywhere that I would need to go to progress things, I have to go through darkness.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is not very helpful when the darkness itself is going to just automatically kill me.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is where I was. Pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, up there and to the left. So maybe if I follow this.
Looks good.
Doggone it. Stop, like, automatically letting go of that. I'm just gonna juggle myself a little bit here.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, following the light. Okay.
You know what I've been wondering? Like, layoffs are supposed to be like, could be mistaken, but they're supposed to be like, hey, we're losing money and like we can't keep this many people employed, so we have to let some people go. But like we've been seeing a lot of companies that are like making record profits and then laying people off, and it's like, how does that work? Like, how do you justify that?
Yeah.
We're making way more money, but oh man, we can't. Yeah, we just can't keep these people. Sorry, it's just too expensive. I don't know how that works. In fact, I'm gonna ask AI. How can companies?
And it wasn't even, yeah, it wasn't even just like any particular company or any particular invention or anything like that. It's just... Yeah, I don't know. I have my own light now that'll keep me safe. It does slowly drain my energy, though, while I use it.
Companies absolutely can and do lay people off during record profits, and it's one of the most frustrating contradictions in modern corporate behavior. The short version, layoffs are not legally tied to financial distress. They're tied to strategy, incentives, and shareholder expectations. The core answer, companies can lay people off at any time, even during record profits, because there's no legal requirement layoffs be tied to financial hardship. Well, there you go. They can just do it whenever they want.
Yeah.
They can do it to improve efficiency, quote unquote, which that's totally subjective, to boost stock price, to please shareholders because of executive incentives, to shift focus to new priorities, or because they overhired.
Yeah, but like, this is part of the problem with the vast majority of employment being at-will employment, because the companies can essentially just decide for the vaguest of reasons
Yeah.
to just fire people.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they can just lay people off in any time, why even have like normal terminations? Like, why ever fire anybody? Just say like, oh yeah, you're laid off. Sorry.
Well, layoffs are a term generally reserved for when it's like, you know, a large number of people at once.
Yeah. Okay, AI says like, because like a layoff kind of implies it's not your fault, like it's not the employee's fault, whereas termination is like there was a problem and it is the employee's fault. And I guess that's true. Like, I don't know. I guess if an employee really was like problematic, you would want to make it clear that, yeah, that was their fault. Changing subjects a little bit. I was thinking aloud. I could get to the passage of the day. It's not a bad time, I guess.
Yeah. Also, on another note, I think now that I have this whole light power thing, I'm gonna go back to where I tried to go at first, and then see if I can, you know, just use that to go over to the right here.
Oh, yeah, okay. Man, I like slept on my shoulder wrong. Oh. All right. So that's a cool shield.
That's just the light. It's not even necessarily a shield. And I still couldn't go that way.
Yeah. That's weird.
It was blocked off. Okay.
What? I just like disappeared.
There were spikes there, and I didn't realize I was jumping into them.
I know, it's just like pop, gone. Alright. So I'm kind of gonna do a two-parter. Not kind of. I am gonna do a two-parter. I kind of like to just revisit judges every once in a while. But do like a different judge. So this time, and I haven't talked about him yet, it's Jephthah. And Jephthah? Jephthah. Maybe that's how you say it, Jephthah. Anyway, Jephthah is an interesting judge. Let's see. I don't want to like give away part 2. I'm sure everyone knows already, but basically, Jephthah was a mighty warrior. His mom was a prostitute, and his dad had other sons from like his normal marriage, I guess. And he basically kind of made Jephthah an outcast. And, you know, he said, like, these are my legitimate sons, and I don't want you to have any inheritance because you're the son of a prostitute, a different woman. And then I guess later on, Israel was fighting the Ammonites, and they're like... Oh, and by the way, I think he wasn't just an outcast from his father. He was an outcast, like, basically from all of Israel. But then it just says sometime later, Israel was fighting Ammonites, and the elders came to get him, and they're like, hey, we need you. Can you just come to be a commander? We need you to fight because we're really having trouble over here. And he's like, didn't you just hate me and like basically make me an outcast? And now you just come to me asking when you're in trouble? They're like, yeah, we really need your help, so can you please come help? And then they promised to make him a commander if he helped. And okay, so he agrees, and then he actually is not only just like a military commander, he also I guess is sending messages to the Ammonite king. And then this is what he says to the Ammonite king. And I will just go ahead and read that. It's Judges 11:14 through 27, and then we'll just continue the story after that in the next episode. So, Judges 11:14 through 27. Jephthah sent back messengers to the Ammonite king, saying, "This is what Jephthah says. Israel did not take the land of Moab or the land of the Ammonites. But when they came up out of Egypt, Israel went through the wilderness to the Red Sea and on to Kadesh. Then Israel sent messengers to the king of Edom, saying, 'Give us permission to go through your country.' But the king of Edom would not listen. They sent also the king of Moab, and he refused. So Israel stayed at Kadesh. Next they traveled through the wilderness, skirted the lands of Edom and Moab, passed along the eastern side of the country of Moab, and camped on the other side of Arnon. They did not enter the territory of Moab, for the Arnon was its border. Then Israel sent messengers to Sihon, king of the Amorites, who ruled in Heshbon, and said to him, 'Let us pass through your country to our own place.' Sihon, however, did not trust Israel to pass through his territory. He did not trust Israel to pass through his territory. He mustered all his troops and encamped at Jahaz and fought with Israel. Then the Lord, the God of Israel, gave Sihon and his whole army into Israel's hands, and they defeated him. Israel took over all the land of the Amorites who lived in that country, capturing all of it from the Arnon to the Jabbok, and from the desert to the Jordan. Now, since the Lord, the God of Israel, has driven the Amorites out before his people Israel, what right have you to take it over? Will you not take what your god Chemosh gives you? Likewise, whatever the Lord our God has given us, we will possess. Are you any better than Balak, son of Zippor, king of Moab? Did he ever quarrel with Israel or fight with them? For 300 years, Israel occupied Heshbon, Aroer, the surrounding settlements, and all the towns along Arnon. Why didn't you retake them during that time? I have not wronged you, but you are doing me wrong by waging war against me. Let the Lord, the judge, decide the dispute this day between the Israelites and the Ammonites." So there's a lot of names and places in that letter, but I think this illustrates a couple things. First of all, that Jephthah is not just a military warrior. Some of the other judges, it's just about brute strength and fighting, but Jephthah actually has some diplomacy skills and has historical context. And if you didn't catch what's going on here, he said we were trying to pass through some other people's land to get to the promised land, and Moab helped us, and what was the other one? Moab and Edom. And we weren't conquering the land, we were just passing through. And then they asked the Amorites to let them pass through, and they said no. So they had a war with Israel, and Israel won. And then Israel took the land of the Amorites. And then they stayed there for 300 years. And now suddenly the king of the Ammonites, different than Amorites, the Ammonites is basically claiming that it belongs to them. And so he's saying hey, we've been here for 300 years and we had a war with the Amorites over it. So why, if you really wanted to claim it, you should have claimed it, back during that time when, 300 years ago you could have said this, but now suddenly you want to claim it? No, that's not going to happen. So we're going to fight. We're going to, and then at the end he says, let the Lord, the judge, decide the dispute. So let's see what happens, basically. Yeah. It's a challenge. I'll let this play out. I don't know what's going on here.
Basically, take the old Looney Tunes, take off the rubber glove and smack the other person in the face. I challenge you to a duel.
Whoa. Giant spider.
Run away from the giant spider? Nope. Fight the giant spider. Ouch. How do I fight the giant spider? I guess I have to specifically aim for the head. Shouldn't be terribly surprising, I guess. But geez, how do I avoid the attacks?
And he does mention one other thing. He's like, you know, we won the war with the Amorites to get this land. He specifically says like, wouldn't you, if your god Chemosh gives you land, wouldn't you take it too? Because that's what we did. That's basically what we did. We won the war with the Lord our God, and so we're taking it. We basically, like, fair game. We did what you would have done. Interesting fact. The Ammonites actually descended from Abraham as well. They came from the side of his family, you know, like basically the non-legitimate side of Abraham's family. I found that really interesting.
The side that wasn't from Sarah, I guess?
Yes. Which, by the way...
Oh, jeez. I'm sorry, this thing just suddenly spawned minions, and I was not ready for that.
By the way, that side of the family is where Islam comes from. Just want to point that out. Fun fact. But anyway, I was also wondering, like, hey, if these people came from Abraham, why do they have some other god, Chemosh? And basically, Lot was Abraham's nephew. Oh, sorry, his nephew. That's who these people came from. And they split into two nations, Moab and Ammon. Moab originally worshipped Chemosh, and Ammonites worshipped Molech. But then over time, they kind of just blended together. And sometimes they were used interchangeably, but yeah, so I mean, basically they became pagan at this point in history. But yeah, so then he throws the glove down and says, let's see who wins. And then we'll find out what happens in the next episode. And I promise you, it is interesting. Not just because who wins, but how they win. I did I did some research because I didn't even know. I was like, Amorite, Ammonite, those sound like the same thing, but they're totally different. What the heck is going on? What is this letter all about? I kind of wish, like, I almost wish things were that simple these days, because, like, the whole, like, Nation of Israel thing right now, and that whole deal, like, why can't you just, you know, it's not this simple, it's too complicated. This boss seems way different than the other ones so far.
Yeah, a bit more involved, I would say. This one is. Especially when it spawns minions. And then does that. Oh geez, the minions can climb. Glad I got some healing in there. Man! This suddenly just...
Brutal.
And now I'm all the way back to phase 1.
Wow. Dang. This is a Souls-like boss. For sure.
I was gonna say, I thought I might have heard something about, you know, the second game being notably harder than the first one, but I could also be confusing that with Hollow Knight.
It just seems like you're doing almost no damage. Like, all your hits are so low.
Now, I mean, I could perhaps take advantage of this aura thing that does, you know, kind of chip damage.
Yeah, it's just hard to stay close. That was a good combo. Did a lot of damage there.
It does seem to have, like, energy drops available for this.
Could you
Ow.
theoretically reflect back those
Jeez!
bullet things?
And, like, right as it respawns me to start the battle, I'm already getting hit. Like, come on. This is kind of brutal.
Yeah, it's a little much.
Phase 1 really isn't so bad. Perhaps a little bit tedious, but... Good
Could
golly.
could you have upgraded your damage at all up until now, or is it pretty much the same?
I mean, it's possible if I went around and, like, specifically farmed stuff and then went to the shops and got various things.
So you would have had to really work for it.
I wonder, might this be a good opportunity to try out the Sentry?
Oh, yeah. That sounds good. Yes. I like it.
Now, you weren't doing that.
Phase 2.
Glad I was elevated for that.
Yeah. What's that? Oh. Okay, never mind.
Oh, jeez, there was a minion over here. Not ready for that minion. Oh my gosh.
What even happened there?
And the thing is, aside from forcing myself to the previous save state, I don't really have any other option right now.
I was
have
wondering
to fight this thing.
Yeah, like there's no way to backtrack. You're just stuck here. I was looking up speedruns of Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. Apparently, people speedrun the Game Boy Advance version way more than the remake. I don't know why. But I saw some gameplay of the Game Boy Advance version. And it is, like, quite a bit different because when you introduce third dimension, things are gonna be a little different. I don't know if it hit him.
Oh, geez, minions.
God. It's so intense to watch.
Honestly, lost track of where I was for a second there. Oh, geez.
Sentries are pretty good.
That I'm pretty sure I would not be able to just reflect back.
Yeah. I just wish the sentry lasted longer.
Ah. Yeah, it's like they get 4 hits in and that's it. Minions are being summoned.
Is the heal
Yeah.
just an ability that you can use anytime?
Yeah, the healing is like I might as well be casting a spell essentially.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Doggone it, I tried to reflect it back and I did a little bit, but not super successfully. Yeah. Yeah, could have reacted better to that attack. Yeah, I think reflecting those back might actually end up being my, like, main source of damage when all's said and done. If I can redirect them properly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was a big chunk.
No, doggone it. That's what I was trying to do, not get onto the friggin' floating thing. And that time it just made me focus on a different thing that I didn't even want to... That is what I wanted to do.
Yes! Yes! Is this the third phase? Okay. No.
Doggone it! Stop getting me stuck on the floating nest hive thing.
You're okay, still got help.
Unless
No,
I get
what?
all the minions on my location at the same time, all damaging me at once.
Do you not have iframes? Like, that was crazy. That's brutal.
Good grief! Suddenly hit me with like a freaking freight train out of nowhere, why don't ya?
Yeah. It really was out of nowhere.
Grief! I mean, I understand, you know, not wanting your bosses to be easy, but come on! Especially in a game that is not literally Dark Souls, like, don't make a boss that is suddenly, like, 10 times as difficult as anything you've even remotely encountered in the game.
At least 10 times. Yeah.
And I'm already a few minutes over our typical episode length. Alright. New strategy is going to be spawn sentries constantly. Because I think the energy stuff is just gonna keep returning. So why not constantly give myself the ability to deal some kind of almost passive damage?
Yeah.
And I can't freaking see things when I'm being attacked by the main boss, and there was a minion right there that actually did the last bit of damage, I think. Also, what the heck is this thing up here? There's like a...
Yeah.
There was like that purple thing up there. It was usually the type of thing that I like attack and sort of pop, for lack of a better word, to give myself access to certain areas. Fuck on it, I didn't move away quick enough. Go on it.
The flame. Shooting that thing up there.
Why did it target the thing that was up there and not... I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what
Ow. All the sentries everywhere. But then if I lose track of my health and what is going on for even a split second.
Yeah.
Gee. The sentries do also seem to kind of like break the pattern of the enemy's attacks a little bit.
Yeah. That was a good call.
Yeah, I figured that was coming soon. Thanks, I will take that opportunity to regain some energy.
They put that thing in the middle like it's gonna be some big...
Well, the point of it is to do that.
Yeah. Okay. Could you just juggle yourself? I don't know if that'd be helpful. Your health goes down so quickly with those minions. It's brutal. Sentries! Sentries all day. Yes! That's a good hit.
Dog on it. I horribly messed that up.
Pretty far away.
Why didn't I dash far enough away that time? I don't get it.
Charging! Wow, that was really good damage.
On it. I need to heal.
Guys.
What? Oh, come on!
What?
There was a minion freaking off screen, so I dashed into it.
Oh my gosh, that was...
Seriously!
Like, yeah.
This boss is ridiculous!
That was too much. That was crazy. Off-screen fun. Oh my gosh! Ton of sentries.
Yeah. I've just decided I'm gonna try spamming those and see how that works. Of course, I am currently pretty low on health. Need to get some energy so then I can do the healing thing.
You're good, you're good. You're good.
Trying to see if... Okay, I was trying to see if popping that thing up top would do anything.
Didn't do anything.
The answer is no. Which is kind of dumb.
Yeah.
Healing, because I very much needed that. For sure. Well, at least I can heal while it's reeling from that.
Quickly does that thing come back?
Okay, so I kind of have a strategy now. That strategy is go to one end, make some sentries. Go to the other end, make more sentries. I mean, because the sentries will even attack the things that give me energy.
Yeah.
Although, I don't know if it's doing a ton of damage really quickly this way.
I mean, I wouldn't say quickly, but it is doing damage.
Especially when the minions are coming, all the sentries.
Jeez, your health just drops so quickly.
And yeah, I thought the sentries were going to handle the minions there. They did not.
Should we call it and then we can just continue on the next episode?
Yeah, I have an option to abandon the challenge, but I'm like, what would that get me? I still have to do this.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless there's a certain order that they expect you to go through the different things that you can find, but like,
yeah,
why? And why not make that obvious?
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Lest this drags on for a super long time in one episode, I guess we'll leave it at that. I might give it another couple of tries next time, and then if it still doesn't work, I guess I'll try going somewhere else, or seeing if I can go somewhere else.
Yeah, that sounds good. I'm gonna try to look up like what other people are doing too. So don't worry, everybody. We will figure it out.
Yeah. Well, thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Subscribe so you don't miss the event. I am eventually going to beat this thing, even if I have to do a whole bunch of other stuff in the game first. I will eventually come back to it and beat it.
Yeah. For sure.
So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that.
All right. See you then.
Okay. Bye, everybody.
Bye.